Meenu ma'am, you said you had two students in your class, right? In the project logbook, first of all, there is a point mentioning students have to pick up a topic which is relevant to their school or something in their local community. So, should we give them? Right now, I'm taking through the communication part, so I've asked them to prepare questionnaires on the basic necessities like food, water, air quality index, the energy usage, and the transportation. So I've asked them to prepare questionnaires so that they can interview people and collect the data about it. So should this be recorded in the logbook as well? The initial survey.
It is not
part.
there in the logbook, but you can keep them, to show to the examiner. This becomes proper proof, because what you are doing is actually the proper stage of working through design thinking. My daughter is also doing the same in college. She has created a questionnaire, and then she's asked taking interviews and everything. So keep them as separate, proofs that whatever you have done in the project. Or I would suggest you could also, in the video, you can show them the screenshots of the questionnaire, filled questionnaire.
That is another thing.
Yeah,
the
you can do
3 minute
that.
video should be showed. Right now I told them we need two different videos. One is showing the progress of the project right from the beginning discussions and the making of the project, and the second one final when we are running the prototype of the project, that also should be taken.
Yeah, this is one video only, ma'am. So what you can do is have them shoot it at different points of time, and then they can integrate it together. I think Shibi, Jyoti ma'am had shared one of her videos. So if you could share that again on the group, that is a very good example.
I think it's there in our group. YouTube link is there. Jyoti's YouTube link is there. I'll tag you. I'll tag that video. Did you see that Jyoti's video where she shared?
I saw that. I shared it with my
that's
students.
A very good example.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah. So you can probably do the same with your students. Have them shoot at different points of time. Like I said, this is a work in progress. So you can't do it all together in one day. So have the shooting done at various stages, and then of course you can integrate it and put it in one video at the end.
One more thing, ma'am. In the project document, it mentions about the team roles.
Yeah.
So in the project guide, it says the multiple roles like project leader, data expert, information researcher, designer, prototype builder, tester. So my question is it okay if one student is only the designer or the testing or the data collection part alone?
But yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Since I had only 2 students, so I divided the work among those 2 students only. See, please remember, if you have a larger group, it will be difficult for you as a teacher to keep track of the students. And then, of course, these are all teenagers and they have their ego hassles also. I can't work with this child. I have this problem with that student. So it's better. This is my, experience from my teaching years, that it's better you have a smaller group. You can keep an eye on them, and you are able to also control them also. A larger group, then of course, you have to keep track of every role that they are doing. Because for every role, if you have a separate student, then of course, you have to keep track of more number of students. Again, it's a suggestion. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I said that is not possible. Everybody have to do everything, because otherwise.
And it's better if they are able to do a little bit of everything. It will only enhance their knowledge only.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Raksha ma'am.
Yes, Meenu ma'am, you have given all the brilliant suggestions for the logbook. But yes, I also remember that it was challenging for us also to fill it up when we were doing the training. So just a simple suggestion for everyone to try their own hands-on before they pass it on to the students. Like if you fill it in yourself also, you will get the idea ki kya kya usme ja sakta hai and what not to be included into it. So that would be a good practice for you and a good thorough know-how of what it actually requires to be filled in. So just that suggestion.
No, a very good suggestion, Raksha ma'am, because we had also done it in the CBSE IBM training. We went through it so that I was able to guide my students better.
Yes, that is why the others also can start it off, like do it at least once so that they know which all stages are required to be filled in and how they would go about it. Just that.
At this point, I would like to add the book that we have got has got that student capstone project And also, I think the project logbook. You know how you there's a sample project logbook in this
This is the same
textbook
project
of
logbook,
grade
Shivi,
12.
which my students are doing this year. So I
Yes,
gave the
copy
same
that.
filled logbook example in the book.
Right. So you can actually refer the books. It gives you an idea about what goes into the logbook, what, you know, what cannot go into the logbook. And whenever you are stuck, or whenever we are stuck, rather, I would say, you can always check with somebody who has already done one batch of grade 12 student, whether this can be included. And I had a doubt when you were saying recording the meeting is like the written meeting, right? And the
Yeah,
project is
minutes
the
of the
3 minute
meeting.
meeting, right?
Minutes of the meeting.
Yes, and the project video is the last final one, which they do that 3 minutes recording of the entire project that they have done, right?
It
That's
could
what you
also
meant,
be,
right?
you know, if you see the videos that are shared on YouTube, they give you a small view of the meeting taking place. So probably you can show that students are sitting and discussing. So if you see the MIT video where they are redesigning the walker, that is a brilliant example. But again, it's a 15-minute lengthy video. You'll obviously have to shorten it when you're doing it with your students. So, but you can show one of the meetings where they are discussing. You could show it as, you know, in the back, you could stand in the background and just show the discussion, or you could take the audio of the discussion also. That I leave to you.
Yeah, so I think it can be a year-long project. Whenever you are discussing something related to project, you could record a small snippet of that and save it somewhere, and it can all be clubbed, as Meenu ma'am said. It can all be clubbed together into a single video later on, because the last video has got a restriction of time limit of 3 minutes only.
Yeah.
But you can always keep this one for later, you know, for reference, for your reference, for other people's reference. You can always keep the snapshots of the videos that you have created throughout the year. So as we get started with this, I think we would all require some time to go through all of these. And if those of you who are not comfortable jumping into unit 1 straight away, go with the first, you know, part A, employability skill, and give yourself some time to go through the unit 1 on your own, and then unit 2 on your own, and then you start with unit 1 and unit 2, because I think that would be better. And meanwhile, show your children a lot of AI projects that has already been done. That AI student community has a lot of AI projects that's been done from the students' side, where children are explaining the projects that they have done. So those samples can be actually shown to see the final video that you're going to create. You know, the 3-minute video that you want to show it to the external examiner, you can get ideas of how that video can be from those project video. They're all small videos there. So that's also one suggestion. Yes, you can. You can go with the pictures and make video of it. That's also possible. I think it's your call. Whichever way works the best for you and your students, you can opt for that.
And if you have more number of students, then obviously you'll have to create more number of projects also. So do go through the projects available on the net, the MIT App Inventor also. Of course, we have different level of students. So the good ones, you can give them probably to explore Python code. The simpler ones, you can give it to students who are not so good. So that, of course, is your call, how you want to go about it. Any other
talking
question?
Talking about the Python code, in your slides, you talk that Python code using that part only needs to be taught. We need not teach them the other sections of the Python code. So I just want to have a clarity on that.
It's up to you, Shivi. Right now, since I have just started teaching Python code to my students, AI students, it's not there in the syllabus. I just thought, let me explore this, and I have a good batch this year. So I thought, let me explore. So I will be starting with linear regression. Linear regression is one topic which they've done very exhaustively in class 11. So that is why I picked it up. Of course, it's at the teacher's call. If she wants to go beyond that, it will be wonderful if you could share with us those projects. Okay, any other questions regarding the capstone project? Otherwise, I'll restart.
I have a doubt.
Sorry?
I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes.
So actually, for example, if the students, while doing the project, so they can download the data sets from Kaggle or any other government sites. So in that case, by using the data site, they can implement, of course, it's Python code, they can use it if the students is well enough to complete with that.
Yeah.
So in the project logbook, there is a column called client and interaction with the client. So many details are given based on the client. So how will they go about that without interacting with any of the people by using the data sets if they will proceed? So how they have to go with the client part in the logbook?
No, no, ma'am. See, if you are like, in my case, we made the project for the counselor. So the interaction with the counselor was recorded. If you are downloading a data set from the website, suppose, so at least you can give the background information. Why did you choose that particular data set? What was the purpose behind selecting that data set or behind creating the project? So this background information, at least you can include. I understand if you suppose you're taking the iris data set. So that is about the iris flower. But then what
Yes.
purpose are you achieving by doing linear regression on the iris data set?
Okay, okay, got
Okay,
it. Got it.
so
Yes,
you can give the background information at least then in that case.
Sure, sure. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So I'm sharing my screen. So my screen should be visible. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, so these were the samples that I was talking about. Then of course, we come to unit 3, that is storytelling. Now, in this case, if you go through the recent sample paper that has been given by CBSE, they are also taking up from class 11 book. So do revise the class 11 storytelling chapter with them. Now, as such, this year in the sample paper, there is no question on creating a data story, but I would suggest, to be on the safe side, please do this concept also with them. So this information is in the sample paper. Creating graph from tabular data, this of course any student can be will be able to do. The class 12 student should be able to do this much at least. And then depicting the graph as tabular data, this also. Now commenting on the data is something that I had asked my students to do. Like I gave them a graph on gender bias and then I had asked them to comment on it. So this is the starting of your data story. And then do ask them to create small data stories. For this, I did not use any tool. I made them sit down with pen and paper and create the data story. So have them, go through. There are various YouTube videos available. There, I have also given a link for reference. This gives you a very good example of data stories. I think I still have this opened on my laptop. Yeah, I think I should be having this. Just a second. I'm not able to see the upper part of
The
my
next
screen.
tab. You have your next tab.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah. So this is the one. So this I had gone through and it gives you very good examples. Some of them really touch your heart, like this one had really touched me. So it's a very powerful, method of showing to the students also how you can create from data small stories. So do go through this website and then you can show it to your students also. So it is a good reference point. So then give them small graphs. Lots of graphs are available on the net, so you can give them small graphs and then they can create small data stories from that. So do give them that practice. This year, right now in the sample paper, there is no question on creating a data story, but do give them practice on creating a small data story. We do not know if any question comes, then of course it's better to keep ourselves prepared. Yeah, so any questions from my side? This is over. As usual, very small and short.
So it covered a lot of things, and yes, teachers, this is a forum that is open for your questions. If you have more questions on how to get going and get started, you could definitely ask it now.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Srinidhi. I'm very happy that the way you have interacted, actually, it's not like a formal way of understanding. It's the main experience what you have dealt with the children and you are experienced and you are informing us in a better manner that where we can go wrong and where we can improvise and where we can put in a lot of efforts. Whereby jitna hame कठिनाइयां आएंगी वहां we can move forward without any trouble. So I'm very happy to get an opportunity. Might be blessed day today for me. I've not yet got into 12th, but 11th only I've got this year. So I am more concerned as an क्या कहते हैं, infant of this AI community. I've been there with the IBM workshop also. उसमें भी उस सर ने जब सिखाया तो सब सिर के ऊपर से निकला, मगर जैसे आप गाइड कर रहे हो तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि 11th को स्किप करके 12th डायरेक्ट पढ़ा देते हैं.
No, you will have to go through 11th, of course. I think, Shibi,
Sure.
you can share those links that we took, the sessions that we took for class 11.
Yeah.
So
I will do that.
Then you can go through them.
Yeah. I will. I need
those teachers who joined
no,
us today.
I need guidance in terms of
today.
class 11th. ऐसे जैसे आपने class 12 का एक लिया है, you have to take 1 or 2 days informal gatherings for class 11, because until unless we get the right guidance, it becomes difficult for us to teach the new ones who are actually very enthused to take up the subjects. So that's a very important thing. So
in fact,
Shibi,
for class 11th, I think other teachers should also join in, because mine was obviously from the very beginning part, but I think now everybody can share their experience. Smita is here. Hello, Smita. She can share her experience. Let me tell you all, storytelling chapter was easy for me to make because Smita had helped me. I am really indebted to her because she helped me in the storytelling chapter. When I started, that was a time I did not have any idea how do I share the storytelling chapter with you. But she gave me, I asked her, I said, please create something for me so that at least I can work on it. And she created a beautiful chapter, and the back, the base is her work. I only built on that. And even today I say this, and I will say this, that I found storytelling to be the toughest part in AI. All the other part I could not find it difficult, but because I had attended so many of Smita's session, I was able to teach storytelling also well. So I would suggest that Smita also take one session.
Thank you so much, Meenu ma'am, for thank you so much, Meenu ma'am.
मैं तो अभी AI की student हूँ. I will love to attend all your workshops. Please put it across कि आप कब ले रहे हो, what time you share, or what. I have no time gaps and all. I am all available 24/7. क्योंकि पैंडेमिक के टाइम में तो हमने ऐसे काम किया जैसे 8 घंटे स्कूल वाले टाइम में भी नहीं, हमने ऐसे सीख लिया है. So we are ready to learn anything, provided the only we should not guide the children in anywhere wrong. So that is one thing which is very important. So I am little worried. Might be a sincere student, definitely needs help from everyone. It's just an humble request, ma'am. Please, Smita ma'am, या फिर मीनू मैम या शिबी मैम or Divya ma'am, any ma'am for that matter, all the teachers, please guide me so that it becomes easy for me.
Yeah, definitely we'll do that. Srinidhi ma'am, you and 3 other people have joined the group today. Just put in your name so that we can save it, and I'll share the link of the channel where all those previous sessions, Meenu ma'am, everybody had done sessions of grade 9, 10 and 11. Last year we did a lot of sessions. I think 17 sessions were done on different topic. So we'll share it with you. You can go through that. And this year again, we will have a lot of informal sessions like this. We'll have a lot of informal sessions where different teachers would be sharing their experience of taking 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, and together, please understand, all of us are AI students. We are not experts, okay? We are still on that learning curve, and we are learning, unlearning. So that's happening. It's just that we are contributing
मेरा तो ladder अभी पहला step है. आप लोगों ने सीढ़ी चढ़ के आप सफलता के उस पद पे हो. मेरा तो पहला सीढ़ी है, तो इसीलिए मैं तो बहुत डरी हूँ. It's like a
little bit of fear is good. Let me tell you, when I started, one of the teachers had put this fear on me that Meenu ma'am, आप कर नहीं पाओगे AI. It is a little tough. So this fear led me to work hard, and of course here I am. So I always said it's a good thing she put that fear in me. I really worked hard during the lockdown, and I created, and of course I was able to write the book also. So I am happy that she said that.
Excuse me, ma'am. Same thing is with me.
Hello,
I want your help.
I know your principal.
Hello,
also because we keep meeting during for the Microsoft Showcase School. So lovely meeting you.
I told her about you and Shibi ma'am. that I was talking to you. You added me to the group. Ma'am, now I need your guidance as I have to teach first time 11th also and 12th also. I
Okay.
just need your guidance for it.
No,
Great.
Please
no
keep
problem
guiding.
at all. I think
Suddenly हम
we
लोग
will have more sessions for class 11th also.
Yeah, we'll have. मीनू मैम ऐसा नहीं लग रहा कि सडनली हम लोग 12th के स्टूडेंट हो गए और 11th वाले हमारे जूनियर्स आ गए तो
Yes, ma'am.
थोड़ा
We are
सा
junior. We are junior now.
It's like going back to school days where you are a senior and your juniors have come in and you're excited
मुझे
to
तो
share
actually
your
में ये
jokes.
feeling आ रही है that I've become very old, you know.
नो मैम, मुझे थोड़ा ऑकवर्ड लगा कि पूरा क्लास 12 सीरियसली आप लोग कैपस्टोन प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हो एंड वहां से एक बच्चा पूछता है मैम क्लास 11 के बारे में कुछ बता दो, तो ऐसे लग भी रहा था कि पूछना चाहिए नहीं चाहिए, फिर भी मैंने हिम्मत
नहीं।
करके पूछ लिया
नहीं
क्योंकि
ऐसा बात नहीं है श्रीनिधि मैम. दिस सेशन वाज प्योरली मेंट फॉर ग्रेड 12 टीचर्स बिकॉज बहुत सारे टीचर्स हैं जो अभी ग्रेड 12 स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं and they are finding it difficult कि कैसे जाना है. And since this group was formed during pandemic and we were all together and we started off with grade 9, 10 and 11, so many of them who are here have an idea about it, but definitely now that the new teachers have come in, we'll have more sessions based on 9, 10 and 11 also, and we'll also share the link of the previous ones, so you can just go through that and learn on your own.
डेफिनेटली या मगर
Am I
डिस्टर्ब
audible,
जरूर
ma'am?
करेंगे,
Shruti ma'am?
छोड़ेंगे नहीं आपको.
Yeah, ma'am, I have one query.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, if we create an app on MIT App Inventor, I have developed one app like Ball Bounce that, but how people will use it or how they will download it and all that query I have in my mind. And even when we create a chatbot, like you said that for helping the receptionist and the parents, we can create the chatbot. So where we have to connect it, that I'm not getting.
See, when you do it on IBM Watson, because I've done more hands-on on IBM Watson, so I'm taking that reference. So on IBM Watson, you get the link for creating. You get the link as an HTML link also, so that you can embed in your website, or you can show it as a separate website also. So that will give you a chatbot. I will, after this, I will show you the the screen recording which my students did of the chatbot. So in that, you will see the link. They just picked up the link, and IBM Watson gives you the link very nicely. You just have to copy it and paste it on Google browser. So it will work as a separate web page. So either you can integrate it on a particular website that you have created. So that is also possible. And what was the other question that you asked me?
App Inventor, on MIT App Inventor, if I develop any app,
for MIT App Inventor, when you click on build, okay, you will get a QR code to download the APK file, or you can just click there. There are two options. One, you click here to download the APK file, or you scan the QR code to download the APK file on your mobile. If you're working, because we all work on the laptop, so APK file will come on your laptop and then you have to shift it to mobile. Otherwise, scan the QR code and download the APK file on your mobile. So in that case, anybody with the APK file, if you give that QR code printout to anyone who is scanning the QR code will be able to download that APK file. So as many number of people.
Okay, because I was able to take it on my mobile, but I was having one.
Save the QR code. You have that image, save that image of the QR code, and then of course you can share it with as many number of people.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Meenu ma'am, this is related to class 11. We know that there are certain units like 2, 5, 6, 7 and 10 which are to be assessed only practically, right? Last year when I was seeing the papers that were shared on the group, there were questions that were asked in the theoretical paper from these units also. So what is your take? Do you people assess students on these units which are to be practically assessed, or is it a strict no?
No, I would say you go as per your convenience. See, in the first term where you have the first 5 chapters, storytelling is back there in class 12. So I had put storytelling in the theoretical paper also. Plus mean median mode, we use those concepts in class 12 when we are analyzing the data. So that you can put that in term 2 also. I did not do the design. I did not give the design thinking chapter in term 2 exam because I had already taken it up as a huge project of class 11. So it's as per your convenience. You can class 11th is internal, so whatever you feel comfortable with, do it. CBSE has only given guidelines. So it's up to you. I would suggest like the empathy map chapter, the confusion matrix chapter, that is I think chapter 6 or 7. Okay, that is very important for class 12. Storytelling unit, it is very important for class 12. Do include it in the theory exam because then students will study it.
Matrix is chapter 9, unit 9, ma'am, classification and clustering, I think.
Okay.
So that is the part of
that is
theoretical
already
chapter.
there. That is already there. Yeah, so you do include it. I also included the mean median mode part because when you are asked questions like what kind of data are you using? Is it a discrete data set? Okay, or what is it a categorical data? So students in class 12 then should not forget what the concept. So that is why it's better if it's up to you, you can use it. If you feel your students will not forget the concept, don't use it.
Thank you so much.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes,
Smita ma'am.
you're audible.
Thank you so much for mentioning my name. It was because of only you that I started with such a great journey and a wonderful experience with that. And now we are all ready to take another session. So I'm always ready to help anybody. Huh?
Yes, Smita ma'am. I think this 10 class 11 session you should take. You will also be able to guide us because you've been able to teach so many, larger number of students. I still was able, I had a number, but you have a large number of students. So you'll able to give us
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
your experience.
Yes, sure. I'll collaborate with Shibi, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll talk with Shibi ma'am and I'll schedule it. Huh?
Yeah, I think
please.
we can just find make a calendar in the sense who all are free and what would be the time frame. I remember last year Divya had come up with a brilliant suggestion, but we never got time to pull it off. She said we will have a carnival kind of a thing or a huge where the different teachers would come and share their practical work, right? Divya, you want to explain that to the group? The idea that was there, because I want that to happen this year at least.
That is,
Yes, ma'am, sure, we can do it.
Every one of us have our own method of taking the class, and all of us have taken in our own way. So if Shivi ma'am can mention about the topic, and we all of us can prepare some project or activity we have done and share it in the group. Or Shivi ma'am, just like we mentioned in the beginning, 9th, 10th and 11th, basically we are putting together a bunch of practicals which we can conduct for chapter wise. So others also can decide, okay, this idea is good, let me pick it up. This idea, I don't think it is good for my class, because each class is unique, right? So
yes,
that is what
we'll do that. Definitely.
We
So
can
this
all
year-
share our ideas with each other. Like
Yes.
Divya ma'am, Shibi ma'am, you have also taken class 11.
Yes,
and myself.
I
We
was
can
just saying
form a-
that when Halina ma'am was talking about the practical chapter coming into the theory assessment, when I took grade 11, I did not assess the students on the theoretical aspects of it for the practical based chapters. I gave them a lot of assignments and practical work to do, like for design thinking. They worked with my computer lab. The condition was there could not be an external cost involved. You have to keep in mind the restrictions, and they redid the entire computer lab keeping those restrictions in mind, and they implemented the steps of design thinking in that project. So like that, I gave small projects like that, whereby they did that concept in that particular project. So for me, it was all practical assessment.
Yeah, that's also an excellent idea.
Yeah, but that was, I didn't wanted to give theoretical questions to them, because the other chapters were based on theory. But you will always have to tell the children that these chapters are not just important practically, but there are certain keywords, certain terms that they need to know, because when they come to grade 12, again, these chapters are going to be used. So it can come as a theory, it can come as a viva, it can come as a practical question. They should be prepared. So when you're working on something practically, automatically you prepare yourself for theory and viva and everything all together. It's not that you're not writing it down. That's it. So I think teachers can pick up the methods that would work for their children and go ahead with it.
Just last question. AI, I see the theoretical component is less as compared to the practical component, right? What is your division of classes in a week?
It
For
depends
my
again on the the chapter. Again on the chapter. If in class 11, chapter 2 was completely practical and it required more of hands-on. So I gave them more, and this was like online classes were going on, for the past 2 years. So I was able to do quite a bit with them. Now in the offline, let's see how I do, because this is the first year that I'll be taking offline also. The last 2 years
Right.
have been mostly online only. So
But you must have got some fixed number of classes per week, ma'am, from
we have 8
we got
classes
5.
per week, ma'am. So what I told the timetable designer that you give me at least 4 theory and 4 practicals. Okay, but I started with this. So let's see. If I need more practicals, then I of course have to ask the my co-teacher. If you can give me the lab today, something like that. So it depends on
right.
chapter to chapter. That I will have to, of course, as a teacher,
Take.
design it out for
Right.
myself.
Thank you.
We have a total of 9 periods. So we
Okay.
decide which period goes to theory, which period goes to
Yeah,
practical.
I
It
was
depends.
actually asking for a theory practical combination for a week.
Yeah, but you cannot have a fixed this thing.
Yeah.
It
No,
depends.
absolutely. I
Sometimes you would
understand
require
that depends
more
on
of
chapter's
theory.
requirements. Yeah, I got that. I understood.
Yes.
And it depends on the school facility also, like whether other classes are coming to the lab, whether you get the
Right.
time to do that or not. So many adjustments have to be done. And since this is the first year for offline, we'll have more adjustments and more planning to be done. That's what I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because AI is a
ma'am,
subject where everything has to be done, like showing the PPTs or doing hands-on. So for that, internet and lab facilities should be
Should be
perfect.
there.
Otherwise, it's not possible to do.
Correct. Correct.
So that's
Yeah.
why we need to plan a lot, compromise a lot. Maybe we have to fight with somebody in the school also to get our periods.
Yes. Ma'am, there was somebody who talked about the AI kits. Do you require AI kits, and what does it comprise of? When we talk about AI kits,
If you see,
is there
AI is more in adult tinkering. If you are doing more of adult tinkering, you're creating small robots, doing whatever, then you need those AI kits. Otherwise, if you're teaching AI as a subject in class 11th and 12th, then those kits are not required. If you're doing the tinkering projects, then of course you need that. You need lots of things then.
Yeah, Ruhani ma'am, your audio is unmute. Ruhani ma'am, can you mute yourself? Thank you.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay.
For this. Really sorry.
No problem. No problem. Any questions? Any more questions from anyone? I think we covered a lot. We discussed a lot of things. And now, as in when we have some questions and queries, we can just post it in the group. There are a lot of teachers who are taking grade 12. I didn't see Jyoti here today. Maybe she was not able to join. So she's also someone who has taken one batch of grade 12 AI students. So she can also help us. And there are many other teachers who can help us with grade 9, 10, 11, and 12 AI. So whenever you have a query, you can post it in the group and those teachers would get back. And definitely we will work on the practical activities needed for different grades of AI, and we will collate the whole thing together and share it. Maybe we can have a Google Doc where everybody can, collaborate and create. Suggestions are welcome in any possible way. So, Neenu ma'am, thank you so much. It was a very informative session, and I'm sure that all of us are actually quite relieved and quite at ease now that we know how to go forward. At least for a few weeks and a few months, we will have no problem in going ahead. And as and when we get stuck, we'll come back. So thank you all the teachers who have joined us today evening, and it was great to have all of you back. Again, thanks to Meenu ma'am and Smita ma'am. All of you, you've given a book, a proper structured book, which would make a lot of things easier for teachers to work. And there are other publishers also, so you can refer and see where all you can. Okay, I thought it was to the group. Anyway, so thank you all. I think the first part of the meeting I have recorded, so that's with me. And Meenu ma'am can share the second part of the meeting.
I'll do it.
So both the groups, both the meeting links would be available in the group. So you can always go back and check what was being said and how things can be done. So thank you and have a, is Meenu ma'am in Delhi and all, are you having 2 days band?
No, nothing. Monday
So
again.
Kerala is
Zoom.
a state that is purely celebrating 2 days band. Yeah, Divya?
In fact, Delhi, it's so hectic in Delhi. We're having our CBSE
Ma'am, band in
practicals.
Odisha also. Shibi ma'am, band in Odisha also.
Okay, so we'll all relax. Meenu ma'am will work hard as usual and we will all relax for 2 days.
And please, everyone, those who have taken samples of my book, please go through the books and do give me feedback. It will only help me improve. This is my earnest request. Because when I wrote the book, this was only, my mind was that, the teachers who are teaching AI should not have any problem. They should be able to grasp the subject very quickly and it should become an easy option for students also. So that was the purpose behind writing the book. So please do give me feedback. I do not mind if you are critical also. It will only help me improve. So please do go through the books.
Yes. We'll do
Hi,
that.
Meenu ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Meenu ma'am, I just wanted to thank you. You have been like a torch bearer for us. And ma'am, we need your support in class 12th also. This is the first time teaching in class 12th. 11th went on smooth. So, but ma'am, 12th, as you've been, guiding us, please keep guiding us. I'm in your group. The new one also I've just now joined. So ma'am, do share what all links you have.
Of course.
Great.
That goes without saying.
Thank you so much.
I think Neha ma'am, you are from Delhi only, if I remember correctly.
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Gyan Bharati School.
Yeah, Gyan Bharati School. Yeah.
And ma'am, we have described your book in our school from class 9 to 12.
Oh my
and
God,
we are
thank you.
finding these books very helpful for us because आपने जिस तरह से उसे practically explain किया, ma'am, that is wonderful.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
ma'am,
so much.
Meenu ma'am and Shivi ma'am, I just want to request you, please share the recording in the group. Actually,
Yes,
because of
yes.
some problem, I could not join the meeting on time, and this meeting is really very important for me.
No, I will share the recording. I will also share the PDF today, the PPT that I had shown. So I will share that also. So that has all the links. So you should not have any problem. At least you can start off and then of course we'll have more sessions. Thank you.
So much,
Marine ma'am, you wanted to say something since your hand is raised?
Yes, I have already told you. I mean, I've already spoken. I've already thanked you, ma'am. And you have been taking really care of all teachers, whoever have been asking any time of the day. I've seen you've been responding so fast. So that's really great of you, ma'am. And we've gone through your textbook. That's written very well. And
Thank
surely
you.
we are going to take it forward.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, then.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us. I'm looking forward to have your book as early as possible.
Right, ma'am, right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Bye-bye.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks, Shibi ma'am, for another great
Bye.
session.
Thank you, Raksha ma'am, for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye.